In this video, we'll explore how to create your own bot. Click the drop-down menu by your name in the upper right corner. Click on My Bots, and then click Create a Bot. This will pull up the tree diagram page where you can start your own automation process. First, you need to select a start time, which defaults to market hours. To make any changes, click on the gear setting, click Edit Settings, and you'll pull up the tab on the left-hand side. The start date will automatically be today's date, and then the start time and end time will be the standard default market hours. There is a chance you may want to alter this if you are only running a strategy that maybe captures morning volatility, where you'll maybe want to have that end time end at noon so you don't get caught in the afternoon market chop. Below is inclusions. This is to repeat or not repeat. So maybe you have a bot that you want to run just for an execution of one trade. You would want to select no repeat. Typically, you're going to have repeat set. Then we have time frame. We have daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and custom. And then we have an end date that is optional. For this example, we're just going to keep the default settings. Next, you'll add a step. Hit the plus sign, and you have the option to select another step right down here underneath actions. Under here, we have time, equity, loop, decision, open position, and close position. These are the operators that you'll be using to create your bot. And in this case, we want to select equity. Here, we can select equity type, and we have symbols, pre-market gainers, losers, new 52-week lows, highs, most active stocks and options, most unusual stocks and options, extreme bullish, extreme bearish, and companies before earnings. In this case, we're just going to select symbols. And here we can add up to 25 symbols. We're going to put in SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF. And add Apple. We'll add everybody's favorite and volatile name, Tesla. And then we'll also add NVIDIA. And then we'll hit save. And our bot will look at those symbols to trade on the instructions that we give. You'll see that your symbols list is defaulted to the name symbols, but we can change that. And you're able to do that right away if you want, but you can go back. So just hit the gear sign again and go edit settings and click up here at the title area of the box, and you can edit that. So you can call it my favorite stocks and click save. Next, we need to select a decision. So hit the plus sign again, go to action, select step, and we have the same drop-down menu, but this time we're going to select decision. In the decision drop-down, we have multiple choices. We have the choice of a candle with trend change options. We have the VIX, which can be used to dictate low or high vol environment. We have technical indicators. So it could be as simple as something as a crossover of a moving average, and you can use technical indicators for that. We have pre-screen technical preferences, which is another window that we have in our technical analysis tab that we'll be going over at a later date. We have the put-call ratio, and then we have scripts, which is the advanced technical indicator scripts, where we can add multiple technical indicators. So for this bot, we're just going to simply select scripts so that we can build something out quickly within inside the bot. So here we're going to set up our scripts, and we're going to select technical indicators. And we have a lot of choices. We have price, gaps, and breaks, oscillators, trend indicators, moving average, exponential moving average, Bollinger Bands, stochastic oscillator indicator, volume, and momentum. In this case, let's just use momentum. And we're going to go over to the indicator value, select that, which is a 10-day momentum strategy. And we're going to want to see higher highs. Then let's go to time frame. I want to see those higher highs on the daily, period of 1. And then out of period, we're going to want to see at least 2 consecutive higher highs in the momentum indicator. And that's set. So what we'll do is we'll hit the plus sign to add another indicator. On this one, we're going to select price. We want the closing price to be above on the daily. a certain indicator. So current period, we need to select. And we're going to need to select above and then go to technical indicators. And we're going to use moving average. How about this? Let's use exponential moving average since that's my favorite. And we're going to want it above the 7-unit moving average. And we're going to go to daily and current period. Let's set another one up because you don't always want to be in a position, maybe, if it's in a downtrend and it just broke above that 7 EMA. So let's take a look here. Go back. We're going to do basically the same exact thing. Closing price, daily, current period, operator above, and we'll use the exponential moving average 50. And we'll set that to daily as well. And now you can hit save and you would have your whole script ready. So price would need to be higher than the 7-day exponential moving average, higher than the 50-day exponential moving average, and momentum would have to have two consecutive periods of higher highs. So we can name this, if we want, in a title, My First Script, or anything you'd like. Hit save. And now we have a decision to make, a yes or no decision here. If you leave no blank, the bot will do nothing there. And in this case, it's a bullish bot. So we're going to hit yes. Go over to your action steps and select open a position. And underneath position type, we have the choice of equity or common shares and stocks, call, a put, a bear call spread, or a bull put spread. To keep it simple, we're just going to use a call option here. Next, you need to choose when it'll expire. And we can choose at least, between, or on or after. In this case, we're just going to select at least, and then we have the expiration choice, and we can go anywhere from 0 days to 365 days or a leap. So in this case, we're just going to keep it for the 30-day expiration, and then we have to choose the delta that we want. So come down here to the call option. We're going to buy to open, position size of 1, and we're going to want this to at least be, I like it to be slightly in the money, so at least a 60 delta. Next, we're going to go to the bid price. This is how you're going to enter the order for your option. So you have the choice of net debit or an advance. In this case, we just want a net debit. And you have the choice on price for limit, market, or middle of. To get the best possible price a lot of the times is because there is a spread within options. We're going to want to choose middle of a lot of the times. Sometimes if you have a strategy that's just running on SPY or QQQs, you might just want to hit the market because the spread is very small. It's usually about 1 penny. But in this case, since we do have some equity in there and we could have 5-10 cent spreads, we're going to want to hit the middle of, and we're going to hit the mid and ask so that we're in between the mid point and the ask so that we have a better chance of getting filled here. And then open interest, we're going to want that to have more than 100 on that contract line. And day in force for this trade to execute, we'll leave it at the standard default here. You can set it for day or good till cancel, but for day, we're going to have it day in force and 2 days. And then we can call this a different name up here, call options for favorite stocks, and then hit save. Now we get to another yes or no decision. If you leave it as no, it'll just simply leave the position open. So let's click the plus sign underneath yes. And here we're going to close the position. And the order types that you have is single or one cancels the other. And you have a lot of options in here. So a simple closeout, you can designate, profit, loss, expiration date, or immediate signals. And then with one canceling the other, we can actually set up it two different ways. So let's just take a look at this and let's set it this way since we don't want to watch the position. So we're going to base it on percentage change of profit, and we want to have it be greater than 100%. And then on the loss side, we're going to do percentage change as well, and it's going to be greater than, let's just say 40%. That way we have a decent risk reward in this trade. To exit, you have the choice again of net debit, net credit, advance, and then price, middle of, market, limit price. In this case, we're just going to want to immediately close it. So let's just do a market order. And then we also have the option of force close with market order. And this is really to be used for before expiration. Do you want to close this out before that final week of expiration, or do you want to let convexity run? A lot of the times, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you might want this to be closed out before expiration week, no matter what. So even if you're at a 30% profit, it is going to take this position off of your portfolio. So what we'll do here is we're going to do 5 days before. So 5 trading days before this position will close out of the date of expiration. And we're going to hit save. So now we have our closing order set up. And that's it. Now you have a simple bot complete. So all you have to do now is go up to the upper right-hand corner and hit save. So here we're going to have to fill out a unique URL, and we'll just call it my fave stocks 4545. And we're going to want to give it a title, and my fave stocks bot. And here in the description, I already had to start filling out, but let's just look at it here and rewrite that. Moving average cross with higher highs momentum, and we'll just call it Momo. Whoops. There you go. And the reason why you want to have a description is A, if you have multiple bots running, you want to know what bot is doing what, and it kind of just gives you a brief overview. Secondly, if you do license this bot out into the community, they're going to want to have a general understanding of how this bot works. Next, you're going to pick a title image or tile image, and in here you can select your own image from your own library. Otherwise, there is plenty of templates right here inside of Option Circle. Hit apply. And again, for an icon. And we'll just choose this one, hit apply. Now below we have bot privacy, and this is where you can make it public so it's visible to everybody and they can license it from you. You can have it private so it's only for you. You can have it as restricted where that is visible to everybody, but the tree diagram is hidden. And you can have it as invisible, and the workflow and the step details are all hidden in that as well. So for this, we'll just leave it as private for right now. Trading risk strategy now, you have the choice of it being speculative, aggressive, defensive, income based. I would just suggest to put it what you feel that it is. If you feel that it's an aggressive strategy or a speculative strategy, just mark that. If it's an income producing bot where you're selling puts or call spreads, put that as income or defensive type of nature there. So let's just hit on this one, aggressive. And then trading type, you have momentum, position traders, day traders, scalpers, swing traders. I would probably label this either more of a momentum or a swing trader type of position. So we'll just select swing traders. Now you have an initial budget that you want to set for this bot in itself. And, one thing I always kind of look at is something over the daily pattern day trading level, which is 25,000. So I just set there. Available to trade. Defaults to 50%, but you can set that anything you want, 25% of your budget. For this, since they might be a little bit higher priced, we'll keep it at the 50. Now look at maximum risk per trade. This is the maximum risk your portfolio will be at risk. You can keep it at 5% default, or you can raise it. What we'll do here is we're going to raise it just because those contracts might be a little bit more. So $2,500 should easily do that, so 10%. Now, version details, this will just be the version details as you update. You could have multiple versions that eventually come out of this bot as you refine it. So to begin with, it starts with new in 1.0, and then you have version notes. So first beta test, MA cross, Momo, higher highs. Now you can restrict duplicate trades. That way the bot doesn't put on multiple trades on multiple triggers of this. So you just hit yes or no to that. If you want to have multiple positions, the bot will put a new position on every time that signal is triggering. So in this case, we don't want it. So we'll set that to no. And the max number of simultaneous trades is defaulted to 1. So that would be 1 trade within the bot. Since we do have 3 different positions here, we want to have at least 3, for those tickers, because if all 3 of them enter a signal, we want to be able to capture that. And then down here below, you have the brokerage for paper trading, or you can hook up your trade station. In this case, we'll just leave it on paper trading for now and hit save. Now your bot will be live in your My Bots page. If you look at the top here, you have My Favorite Stock Bot, and you can see that it's owned. You have Actions tab here with Performance, and we'll go into those details in a little bit. You can view the tree diagram. You can edit the tree diagram. You can archive the bot, or you can copy the bot to build off of it. Next, you're going to have a play symbol here or a pause symbol. This is where you can have your bot go live and enable it, or you can pause it if you need to make any changes. Let's just take a look. If you do need to make any changes to your bot, you have options. You can close all trades immediately. You can manually close them yourself, or you can let the bot still do it as per the design to close out those remaining positions. It just won't put on any new positions, and you would hit save. For this, we're just going to hit cancel. Now we have some statistics. You have your daily P&L and P&L percentage, and then your total P&L and P&L percentage. Over here, you have your brokerage, where you can quickly select your brokerage account or leave it on paper trading, however you want to toggle that. And then you have some more data over here where you have some budget stuff. So you'll have your minimum budget, your initial budget, net liquidity, available cash, total number of trades then comes after that. And we start getting into some statistics here for your bot, the win rate, the average P&L, the average win and loss, the number of trading days, and then some more details here. We have the number of subscribers to your bot profile name, the risk strategy type, trading type, the status, that is if it's active or paused currently, and then bot privacy. So if we go back, let's take a look at one of these bots that I've built prior. We'll take a look at the MACD beta most active scalp. So it's an intraday bot that's based off of MACD, and it trades off of the most active securities. So we can see here daily P&L on Friday was $5,655, and it was up 2.66% for the day. We can see that the bot is now up 112% for the year. And you can see all the details here, where it started, the minimum budget, net liquidity, and available cash currently. We can see here, some of these bots will do a lot of trades. Doesn't have to, but some bots do a lot, and then some bots will do less. It doesn't necessarily matter how many trades you're doing. You can do 50 some trades or 20 some trades and still have a really good bot going. This is an intraday scalper, so you're going to have a lot. So it's done 1,563 trades. The win rate is 45%. The average P&L is $72. The average win is $391. The average loss is about $202. It's been trading for 58 days and has 8 subscribers. So if we want, we can take a look at the performance metrics. So now all we'll do is come over here to the actions. And we'll click on performance to view this bot. And it'll pull up another window. So here you'll have your daily P&L metrics, and you can change that to percentages if you want. You also have last month, last 3 months, last 6 months, year to date, and then daily, monthly, weekly timeframes as well. So let's take a look at the last 3 months, since the bot hasn't been active that much. And you can see here when I started it, and then I shut it down to make some changes, and then it went live again on August 14th. And we've been in a bit of a downturn. It was up quite handsomely at 166,000, and now it's making back some of that here after a little bit of a drawdown when the markets were not really working well with a bullish type of bot like this. Down here, you have the bot revolving account balance. This is for all the bots that you own. You can look at your top 10, your top 5. As you can see, this one bot has made my bot account balance a little top heavy. So that will be something I will look to do to incorporate more bots and to even out the way that P&L curve is working. And then below you have more performance statistics. And then distribution of per trade. And you can look at that from a win rate perspective. You can look at it from an ROI perspective, trade count perspective. So you have all those details right here in this tab. Now we can go back up here. If we want to see all the trades that the bot has done, you can go in here and you'll have pages of trades that the bot is either currently in or has already completed. So you can see here we have a pretty big list because this is a bot that's done 1,500 trades, and these are the most recent. And if you go over, scroll to the right, you'll have more data on this. So you'll have your original price, your current price, the gain loss on the position, the quantity of contracts that you bought, or if you were trading stocks, the number of shares would be there, the cost basis, and then the market value. And then it's got risk level, trade type, neutral, days active 1. It's an active open position. Otherwise, this would say closed. And then just kind of gives more details of the bot. It's, privacy is public, the trade ID, and the created date. Now up above, you have the option to download the CSV file, so you can pull out all the trades that it's created and have it in an Excel file. You can go back, view your workflow. You have different ways to look at it. So you can look at it from a grid view standpoint. You can look at it from another standpoint here like this. It's a little bit more compact. And then up above, we have overview, which will just kind of show you the overview and that workflow details page that you created. And then you can go to reviews if you had any reviews from users, and then a versions tab as well. And that's it. You've now created your first bot, and you just need it to wait for it to execute. You'll always get in the trade. You don't have to set alerts. It will trigger when the bot sees that it's triggered. So sit back, relax, and wait for it to work for you. You can literally be sleeping, working, or enjoying time with your family and friends, and it will simply execute the instructions that you gave it, and you'll have a live trading bot that you're using. To execute trades in your portfolio. If you do have any other questions about creating a bot, please reach out to the Options Circle team and we will gladly help you. Thank you.